So it's Wednesday. Got on today doing my language training and seeing that Trump decided to yet again chicken out. Just more empty threats from him, which is good, honestly. But put an indefinite ceasefire, I guess, as he said that. Because so I think he'd be willing, again, perfectly willing to bomb the crap out of Iran, but being that what he said he wants to do would actually be a war crime, that it's the generals he can't fire that have stuck around for things probably have told him, like, yeah, no, we're not going to do that because those would be war crimes. Like, and they're pilots and anyone else, if they want to do it by jets or by a cruise missile or something, like, they could disobey that order, as it would not be a lawful or moral order. So they probably told them that's not going to happen because they could also get in trouble for doing it. So it's mainly, I think, the problem he's having there is not that he doesn't want to do it. He's probably getting told no, that they're not going to do it. But I mean, that's a good thing, really. So the strait's still closed. They got U.S. is taking ships trying to go out. The Iran's seasoned ships trying to come in. This madness will continue for however long. We'll see how the stock markets fare, though, because I haven't looked at that. I'm sure they kind of crashed out when Iran's already said there's not going to be any peace talks and like all that. That we'll see, though. We'll have to see what they say Friday. See if they try and come up with something on Friday to be like, hey, let's try and get the stocks under control for the weekend, try to make them come back up. Like, apparently that's all Trump's still talking about. I think that's his only real talking point, is how the stocks are doing. That's why they keep doing this stuff to try to manipulate it. Honestly, I don't blame Iran for not backing down. I think if I was put in a position like that, even something on a smaller scale, like, hey, someone trying to cut me in line or something, like, hey, no, that ain't happening. Like, go. Like, I think anybody would. So I don't, it's like he keeps trying to call or trying to, bully him into position, and they call his bluff. Like, yeah, you ain't gonna do it. Especially, you keep saying it and you keep putting it off, and you say it, put it off, you kind of lose all credibility. Like, no one's like, okay, yeah, you're just talk. But I say not that that's a bad thing, because that if he actually went through it and the people actually carried it out, it'd be a lot worse. Did see, though, that they fired, the Secretary of the Navy or something, because apparently he wasn't building ships fast enough. They got mad about that. Trump's trying to build some golden navy or something they call it. Golden Fleet, I think. Like, and Hegseth had them fired because wasn't building ships fast enough. I don't know if they understand how long it takes to build a ship. Like, but also why they're trying to build up a bigger navy. Like, we already got a massive navy. Like, I said, this big push for plussing up our military, which is already the largest military, most powerful military in the world. Like, we dwarf, I think, it's like the next 30 countries or something like that. Something ridiculous. Like, I don't know why they build it up even more. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But I don't know. Did see, though, also that they managed to cure a few diseases in this lady. I can't remember what it was. I thought that was kind of cool. She had like a bunch of different diseases causing something to go around through B cells or something, they said. I can't remember what it was. That had a bunch of things going on. Doctors managed to inject her or something. They ended up fixing all these problems she had with her. There were like 3 different diseases they ended up fixing. So that was kind of cool. That was some good news. I was glad to see that. What else did we see? I don't know. I was reading something else that was kind of neat. That something to do with some kind of new type of like renewable energy or something like that. I can't really remember what it was. I have to go back and look at that. But yeah, not a lot going on. Still all kind of getting buried by this Iran conflict. But it's kind of cloudy out today. Said it was going to be partly cloudy, but it's as far as accurate as our systems are nowadays. I'm still surprised that even how off they can be. I mean, I don't mind. I myself enjoy clouds, but the UV index is still pretty high, and you can still get sunburn good and stuff through the clouds. Like the UV light will pass through it. So I think a lot of people understand that, but if you didn't know, there's something you know now. So I may still have to push my workout till tomorrow, see if the UV index is better. As I'm kind of I like to say a fair-skinned person. Like I get burned easily, and like even if I got a shirt on, you can get burned through your clothes and everything too. That I might have to wait till tomorrow. Still, even with all the cloud coverage, I don't think it's gonna rain. There are some darker clouds, but they're still pretty high up. Yeah, I don't see any rain in the distance, and I don't smell petrichor, which, of course, it's been fairly wet anyway, so I may not smell petrichor with the coming rain, because that usually happens with dry dirt. Since it's been pretty wet, I still may not be able to smell that. So yeah, for my workout, I've decided to do full body exercises, and then the next exercise I do the 2 days later, because I do every other day, and I'll do either my legs or push or pull, and then so today, if I decide to do my workout, I'll do it tomorrow. That I'm gonna do back and buys. So then my rings should be here next week, so I can add those on to start doing different workouts with that. The kettlebells I want to get, the ones I like getting, are, of course, all sold out except for the one I already have. I guess I could get an additional one, and that I'll do that. That way I can have 2 of the same weight, do some extra exercises that way. For my food, I have started doing different things for food. I actually know how to cook fairly well. I've been all over the world. While everyone else, would go around going drinking, like I lived in Italy for a couple of years when I was in the military, that everyone would go out drinking and do all this stuff. I went around doing all the cooking classes and stuff, and still not very good at making pasta. I still screw that up, but for my meals, for just simply where I'm at, so I'm in a little camper. I don't even have all my kitchen stuff, and I'm not sure how much of that has even been sold, because I'm going to move to Vietnam. I'm trying to sell all my stuff so I can not have to, because it's sitting in my buddy's Kwanzaa hut. It's like a little rounded shed. They call them Kwanzaa hunts. They're technically not a Kwanzaa because that doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm trying to get all that sold off. But for my food, I've just done, like, someone suggested doing a simple ground beef and like some vegetables. So that's what I did. I did a bunch of different, peppers, onions, mushrooms, sweet potatoes, carrots, green beans, lima beans, like peas and corn and all that. And then some rice. And then we'll probably do some cottage cheese. As well as for my meals, normally when I work out, my post-workout meals, if I don't have something made, I'll just eat the same thing I do in the morning, which is 2 boiled eggs, kind of soft boiled, not quite hard. Then cottage cheese, and then like this thing of tuna, just because there's a lot of protein, not a lot of other stuff in there. And I'll add pepper or hot sauce or something to give it some flavor, because it'd be still pretty bland. And that's just to get, fuel going for my workout. But I can also eat that, a great post-workout meal for that anabolic window. But that's some, peanut butter jelly sandwich, something like that. Well, jam, same thing, PB&J. Then dog will get half, because, he always likes, because he's a spoiled dog. He doesn't really like eating the dog food. I will normally make him food, but I can't do that where I'm at. Where say in that little camper, and I don't have all my kitchen appliances, because I'll do like do chicken hearts and like gizzards and liver and all that, and like broccoli and things he can have, other vegetables, and do my own little mix. But then I'll take all the extra that I can't like leave out for him, because I'll spoil it after a while. So I'll put them in like little 1-pound bags and then freeze them, and then just take out a couple. Like I'll have 2 for them. Like I feed them 1 in the morning, 1 at night, and then in the morning I take out 2, so they'll be thawed out for the next day. But where he's at now, he's just got to eat the normal. Like I get the logs things, I can't remember what they're called. I get some by Blue Buffalo. Doesn't really like those. He also doesn't like eating canned food. He won't touch dry kibble. So he's a bit of a spoiled boy. But when he's had, for his birthday, I make him like a steak and things like that, or salmon or something. Mainly it's because I want something, but I use an excuse to give him something nice for his birthday, and he's gotten a bit spoiled by that. Like I said, especially I used to cook his meals. That he just won't touch any other food, like unless it's fresh food. And then of course he's got to see me eat it first. Like if he sees me eat it, so sometimes I'll get his dog food, put it up on the table there in his bowl, and I'll pretend like I'm eating it, and he'll kind of eat it, a little bit of it, but then he's like, this is fucking gross, I don't want it. You're spoiled, aren't you, Otis? Yeah, you're spoiled. It's okay. I made you that way. That's all right, bud. So yeah, I don't know. That's what's going on with me. Not much to report. See, I'm not really a news guy. I just kind of curious about what's going to go on, because this stuff with Iran is directly going to affect me. Like fuel prices and things are going to go up, and say I gotta fly to Vietnam. That's already not a cheap flight as it is. I mean, one way it might be. I think it's around $800 or something like that one way, but like, what that's going to be by the time I actually get to go, especially if this stuff continues on. I don't know, especially if they do attack them anymore. And yeah, I don't know, it'll be by then. And I've been thinking about going to northern Vietnam, up in like Sapa, kind of like Sapa. Was it can't remember the name of the other town it was. It was like Din Nin or Nin Din. Can't remember what it was, but I think they're both northern towns. And also it gets kind of colder. I guess snow up in northern Vietnam. So like I'll have like a winter. So I think that'll be something I'm more used to. Be kind of a little more homey for me, like a sense of used to having snow and stuff. And also since I want to do photography and stuff while I'm over there, that I'll be able to have different seasons, be able to get better pictures and different pictures. And anyway, but I do want to travel all over, so I might spend 3 months in one place, kind of go scout out places. Like they got train rides, which I think will be fun to just go out on a train ride. You can go from one end of the country down to the other. I might do that, film that, put that up, and that'd be kind of cool. I think there's a lady I seen. That's all she does. It's kind of cool. Like she's got I can't remember what it's called. It's a YouTube channel she does. She just likes riding trains, and she'll just get on this train ride. It's like from Canada down to like somewhere in the U.S. and she doing was like from one end of the U.S. to the other, and kind of cool. I think that'd be cool to bring back trains, though. I seen Vietnam is looking to replace it with a bullet train, which I get would be good for, the country and the commuting. And hey, because it's normally, I think they said like 3-day trip. And then, bullet train from one end to the other is going to be like 5 hours or 6 hours or something. So I get in the logistics that it makes sense for them, but I kind of like the thing of hanging out on a train and, just spending a couple days being on a train, going through the country. I think that stuff's neat. But yeah, I think I might do that. Ride the train down somewhere. Make sure I can take them up with me on the train. I see if I get him to stop barking, I can get him his vest. Make sure, I don't know how even that works in Vietnam. They may not even care. Like they're like, oh, he's got to be a fully certified service dog, and I'm like, okay, whatever. So yeah, I can maybe go find some other places. Like, hey, maybe I'll spend 6 months and 3 or 6 months in one area, and go down to like central Vietnam, just maybe work my way down. Then maybe see if I want to go over, Thailand or something like that. Live somewhere different and travel around. I figure it'd be kind of fun. Oh, you missed it, bud. I don't know. I know what you guys think. I'm kind of curious. What do you think would be fun to do if someone's been to Vietnam, like just up north or around Sapa and things? Like, been trying to look up like places to stay. It brings up a bunch of Airbnbs, and it's like it's like I think it's got to be an American owning it or someone who's been thought of, because it's like like $300-400 a night. It's like, oh god. So I got to find somewhere to stay. If you happen to know how to find somewhere to stay longer term, that'd be great to know. Helpful for me. Yeah, hopefully, the stuff in Iran calms down. They finally, back off, because, I think right now, especially with the troops dying, that they don't really want to back down, because they're going to be like, we're really going to look stupid if we don't bend Iran to our will, because people are going to be like, what the hell? So, but if they also attack them, or they want to try and invade, do a ground force and get troops killed, that it's going to be like Iraq. It's like, well, now we can't pull out. Now we just got to come up with all this stuff to do, because the American people are really going to freak out if we get a bunch of troops killed and just immediately pull out. So hopefully it doesn't come to that. And say fuel prices come down, help everything else come down, because not only with the helium and stuff that comes out of there, it's going to make microchips, all that stuff come up. Yeah, it's a big mess. So we'll see what comes of that. Say it comes Friday. We'll see what they say. See if it's just another attempt to manipulate the market, or maybe actually they just pull their heads out of their butts and let go of their pride and ego. All right. I'll check back with you in a couple of days.